One thing that I do caution these Wall Street investors is you can't trade this like other assets. We saw just yesterday about $1 billion of open interest got wiped out. The guys over at Reflexivity Research did a fantastic job outlining, saying, this asset in 2021 went up almost 800% from.
But all of this really formalizes the greater fool aspect of why Bitcoin should go up, right? It's just there are more people who are going to get in there and buy, and they have a new easy way to do it. Meanwhile,
another mantra that I have when you're in the middle of a bull market that has the macro behind it is it's all fucking noise. It's just noise.
These ETFs will be approved. We just think there is like a key component potentially missing in the approval process, but it might be pushed out a couple of months. So we're not saying this is never going to happen. We just think that it might.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
It's the XRP army. If you got some baggies, welcome back to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news, mother duckers, no breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest we got KA in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, smashing them likey, stuffing some baggies. Go ahead. Throw on those moon suits. Throw on those pilot shades. Buckle up. Because the future's extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle. Into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.77 trillion, up about 3.4%. In the past 24 hours, we got the total trading volume in the last day right around 99.8 billion. We got XRP in that number 6 spot right around 58,589. We got Stellar XLM right around 12 cents. BTC 44,107. ETH 2,282. We got XDC in the number 94 spot right around the nickel. Fleur Networks 0.018, and we got Songbird 008. Taking a look at the altcoin season index here at a 59, hovering between altcoin season and Bitcoin season. We got one from Bitcoin Magazine to kick things off. Justin Bloomberg, senior ETF analyst Eric B. says SEC is giving the final comments as we speak. Then the issuers will submit the final 19B-4S and S1 soon after. Another one from Bitcoin Magazine. Justin, ARK21 shares filed a registration of securities for their spot Bitcoin ETF with the SEC. We got one from Megan Anthony Pompliano, pending spot Bitcoin ETF approvals.
One thing that I do caution these Wall Street investors is you can't trade this like other assets. We saw just yesterday about $1 billion of open interest got wiped out. The guys over at Reflexivity Research did a fantastic job outlining, saying, this asset in 2021 went up almost 800% from before the pandemic started to the kind of the top of the market.
Yeah.
During that time, there was 30% drawdowns. If you're going to try to get levered long and think that, hey, ETF gets approved and this thing just goes to the moon, you're likely to get shaken out or get liquidated.
That is really good advice. Just beware the volatility.
I mean, this thing is on a risk return basis, it's by far the most attractive asset in all the financial markets, but it comes with tons and tons of volatility. And so if you go back to 2017, it was $1,000. We're up 45x since 2017. But along the way, we've had two 80% drawdowns, a plethora. I can't even count how many, 30+% drawdowns. And so Wall Street is saying, hey, ETF's coming. Here we go. Now, I do think over a long period of time, Bitcoin's price is going to continue to go up. We're going to have a persistent bid from all these ETFs. Another thing people aren't talking about, everyone's talking about the primary fund flows. So retail or institutions buying this ETF. But actually what we're starting to see now is other publicly listed funds or ETFs are changing their prospectus to say that they can put up to 15% of their AUM in the Bitcoin ETF. So if you have the best performing asset and you got an ETF that's lagging, why would you not put Bitcoin in your ETF?
But all of this really formalizes the greater fool aspect of why Bitcoin should go up, right? It's just there are more people who are going to get in there and buy, and they have a new easy way to do it. Meanwhile, it's easier to own Bitcoin directly than it was to own a barrel of oil or a gold bar or a futures contract. When those things were introduced, it didn't change the overall price curve.
I think there's 2 points that you're making. First is when you buy this ETF, you are not buying Bitcoin. You are buying exposure to Bitcoin. But if you want to actually own Bitcoin, take self-custody, you should definitely go do that and not do it through the ETF. The second thing, though, is this kind of greater fool theory. One thing I always say to people is, what is the most valuable commodity in the world? In my opinion, it's computing power. Bitcoin is the strongest computer network in the world. And so when you're buying Bitcoin, you're buying an asset that is backed by the strongest commodity in the world. So when you start to think of it from that perspective, yes, it is internet native. Yes, it is for this kind of digital generation. But those people don't look at oil or gold or anything else as the most valuable commodity. They look at computing power, and that's why Bitcoin's so attractive to them.
Whatever it is, going to need a bridge to the other side. An XRP, the XRP ledger, the universal, interoperable, immutable bridge, and institutions on the verge of coming in, massive utility coming in, XRP, the king of utility, the only digital asset with utility, legal clarity in the USA. Know what you hold. We got one from Crypto Eddie, says, I can't wait for the fraud story on the 30K per token Federal Reserve buyback of XRP. Eleanor Terrace says the Dow hack and Ethergate are on my list for the potential fraud stories to look into this year. Digital asset buy as well as a couple others, including a 30K per token Federal Reserve buyback for an asset that's currently trading at 59 cents. We got XRP drops, Referral on the Bitcoin ETF rejection, FUD crash, another mantra that I have when you're in the middle of a bull market that has macro behind it. It's all effing noise, just noise. And while they continue crying, we continue buying.
Here with Scott and Raul Paligan. Listen in.
Another mantra that I have when you're in the middle of a bull market that has the macro behind it is it's all fucking noise. It's just noise. And so, has the main thesis changed? Is the world becoming less digital or more digital every day? More. Are investors who aren't exposed to it getting more interested in it? Yes. Is there capital flow coming in? Yes. Is the business cycle supportive? Are liquidity conditions supportive? Yes. In which everything else is noise. So it doesn't change anything. It actually gives it a higher probability of rising. And it gives it a higher probability of rising because you flushed out the leverage.
Expect that eventually these ETFs will be approved. We just think there is like a key component potentially missing in the approval process, but it might be pushed out a couple of months. So we're not saying this is never going to happen. We just think that it might not be all fulfilled what the SEC is really looking for. And in that case, it might, take a couple of more months, but I think then we expect really the market really to broaden out and, to rally. And as I said, we probably make a new high by then.
We got Chad Steinberger, Snowball Effect, Variable Guy 123, Alliance Bernstein said that they approved. They'd expect Bitcoin ETFs to see around 5 billion inflows in the first half of 2024, lining up with the BTC having run, leading to inflows of around 10 billion in the second half. It'll take the rest of the market with it. Huge 1.5 trillion ETF snowball effect prediction triggers sudden Bitcoin price surge and the flipping XRP. Know what you hold. Ripple effect. Sunflowers. We got Pharaoh X33 2024 will be the year of the digital assets tied to ISO and payments. XRP built for payments, built for utility. It's no wonder the SEC wants those baggies back. We got one from the TA analyst. Is Bitcoin's bull run about to begin? We've got one from Crypto Altcoins. I smiled again when I see how many bears are still out there. This shows me how many people are still standing on the sidelines waiting for more favorable prices. Meanwhile, ETH versus BTC is dancing on trend lines that's been in place for 8+ years. We got Crypto's impressive XRP daily close above support. Very strong 20% bounce after the dump. Usually an indication that our bottom is in. Next target, back to the 60s. We got another one from Crypto's TA. The blue area is the most important one for XRP. Weekly close above is much needed. We'll update XRP. We got high vibe assets, XRP holders. The stage is set. The XRP chart is golden. XRP holders are sitting on the massive jackpot. And we got EGRAC Crypto, XRP structural sentiment and psychology analysis update. Even if XRP did do the below green move here, it'll be one of the most bullish setups. XRP army, stay ready, load up while you still have some time. The longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. We got Crypto Insights UK. Have things changed for XRP versus BTC? Yesterday we saw a flush. It affected alts more heavily than BTC. During the flush, XRP lost the bottom of the range I spoke about. What does this mean? Right now, I'm not exactly sure. However, on one of these three scenarios below will occur. First off, we could argue that yesterday's wick was a liquidity grab below the range and could fuel us to move 119% versus BTC to the top of this range again. Remember, breaking above the top gray box is when things become really interesting, but this normally happens in a flash. Secondly, continue to grind down versus BTC to the launchpad area. This is about a 50% loss in value versus BTC. This doesn't mean XRP loses 50% value. It could mean BTC has a big push and sucks liquidity. Historically, when we reach the launchpad area, we've seen subsequent moves of 2,000%, 5,000%, and 500%, giving us an average move of around 2,700% versus BTC. Lastly, XRP may never recover. I know many of you reading this, including myself, but that's a possible reality. It's just possible for XRP to push from here. or in any level and outperform anything we've seen on the chart below. There is no historical data to support this point. Does XRP have a short-term move, or do we have more pain to come as we load a larger move? One final point I would like to throw in the mix is the weekly RSI. As you can see, we haven't seen a parabolic move in XRP since 2017 as reflected in the relative strength index. We also haven't created a high versus BTC since then. There's a saying that the TA world goes, the longer the base, the further in space. As you know, I personally believe XRP has a big move coming in the future. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. I have my money where my mouth is. I am the only human, though. It can always be wrong. Let's see how this thing plays out. We got Dark Defender, a lot of Rampage from 63 cents to 58 cents. XRP's ready for a new all-time high. We got ETS inbound, institutional investors inbound, BTC having inbound, presidential elections inbound, utility run inbound. Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They wanted you out. XRP, the white swan, coming to a ledger near you. Where will those bags be when XRP's true price is finally unlocked and XRP finally rises to the occasion? Later, glitches. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likeys for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up those bags, and don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below, drop an elbow on that like button from the top ropes. We'll catch you up here, top floor on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB, bring your own bags, be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghost. Later, glitches.
Try to tell them about the price, they look at you like you're crazy. Moon Commander in that rocket, so there's no way in. We flipping switches out of here, you didn't have the patience. Slipped up on my mind and that cash in decline. Told you get a wheelbarrow and load up on them bags, but you ain't listen to the Moon Commander, now you so mad. There's a party on the moon to keep warm, we burn cash, so please bring more of that trash. Moon Commander bag man headed outer space. If you don't got no bags, then I don't got no space. It's a party on